We're gonna start things off with a faxpiration. Alexa, give me a number between 1 and 300.
Between 1
Okay, thanks. Let's see. We determined that Foundry's not good at rolling a D300 and getting a good array, so I've started reaching out to others for help. I think we might have had this one. I don't know. What aspects of your character were pre-planned, and what others came out naturally during roleplay and the evolution of the campaign thus far?
Oh shit, we had that last time.
Did we have that exact one last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I answered it.
All right. We don't want to do a repeat 2 weeks in a row. All right, fine. I'll give you one more chance, Foundry. Let me see if you can give me a number that's not in the 170s. All right, nice. 239. Let's see. Aw. When have you felt as though you could finally let someone take care of you? Oh, that's rough.
Ooh.
Okay. So, while you ruminate on that question, does anybody for a faxpiration or a point of DM inspiration want to sum up what happened last time on Curse of Strahd? If you are interested, throw a d20 into chat. Otherwise, I will do the recap and assign the points or benefits as I see fit. Oh, okay. Well, it's over. Darius, give us the recap. All right.
You do such a good job.
So determined to do this.
Well, everything's dark. Last I remember, we were still in the winery, trying to make our way inside, trying to get rid of these faithless nature folk. Tiernan, I think, was in the distillery. Anna was downstairs in the basement. Eric and Irenia were somewhere else in the winery. Reed and myself were still in the glassblowing room. We tried to regroup, but ended up still being split up. When I tried getting through the distillery door, ended up seeing a bunch of vines just shoot up in front of my face. I think Reed was able to get to Anna. I saw well, before those vines, Ismark was able to get to Tiernan, but with those needles just keeping me in place, vines wrapped around me, I didn't see anything of me going forward. Hopefully they were able to finish off what was happening in there. I don't know if I was going crazy at the end. I started hearing a bunch of birds in the background, but I had a job to do. These stupid vine creatures away from everyone else. And I think I did a good job, but everything's dark.
All right. Would you like inspiration or faxpiration?
I'll take inspiration.
Inspiration? Okay. All right. And let's see. Would anybody like to answer the question, when have you felt as though you could finally let someone take care of you? If you're interested in answering this question, go ahead and roll a d20 into chat. This is your character's answer, though, not your answer. We don't want to know your answer. We just want the character's answer. If no one is interested, we could pass it up. That's totally fine.
I'll abstain because
it's a very personal question. All right, Eric. Remember that it could be the answer could be very varied. So what's the case? When have you felt as though you could finally let someone take care of you?
I guess it would be
Mm. I guess it would be on his deathbed, I assume, for Eric specifically. That sense of responsibility, having to hold on. If it were to occur near the end of his life, he could probably let go and let someone else take care of him, because
Mm-hmm.
he wouldn't be so defensive and have to be reliant on himself at that point.
Mm. So for
So,
him, it hasn't happened yet. It's never happened.
yep.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. You may ask the same question of any NPC you've met previously in the campaign.
Hmm. Well, one of the NPCs is already dead, and I wanted to ask, so
I mean, you did meet them, so you could ask.
I wanted it to be Alexei.
Oh, you wanted to ask Alexei? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
but yeah.
Let's see. Alexei felt that he could let someone take care of him when he was a child, because Vistani have very strong family bonds, and he, as a child, knew that his mother and his clan, they would keep him safe. That was a notion that began to fade as the responsibilities of manhood and the adult world were sort of thrust upon him, and no longer a child. Mother was not there to protect. Expectations started to replace love, and obligation seemed to be more important than the bonds of family. All right. On that happy note, let's go ahead and return to the winery. Oh man. Okay. So let's see. um, Donnie, Valenka, Wizards of Wine. There we go. All right. We're not on two maps anymore. We are on a single map, to the best of my knowledge. Okay. And then let me delete chat. Did I pin any notes about what happened last time? I did not. And it looks like I deleted your guys' initiative. Nice, nice. I think that's because I switched things over to carousel with marker instead of using Lancer anymore. It's probably what happened. So, hold on just a moment. Okay, let's see. Where is... Okay, yeah, so we did end combat, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Okay. Thank goodness. All right, I was like, why would I delete all their stuff? Okay. All right. There we go. So any future combats, not that there'll be any in this campaign, we're gonna be using this acted status. I don't know 100% if this is going to work. It seems to work all right as a way to track who has acted and who hasn't. But I want to reintroduce like the clock and like things being set on a timer and stuff like that. So for now, we're gonna try it this way. And if you would like to help out, you could do so. Let's see. If you know how to access the macros folder, I'm adding a macro that everyone has access to called acted. And you can drag that down to your hotbar, and then when your character has acted, or their turn has come up, or a character that you control has acted, you can hit the button and it will toggle it on, and you can hit the button again and it will toggle it off. And then in combat, it's set to remove that at the end of each combat round. I figured out why it was happening in Red Hand. I set Red Hand to leave linked characters status expiration on. So basically, if a status effect is on you but it expires, it still lingers there. It just says that it's expired. So I just have to turn that setting off. And if it happens here, I'll check the settings for that as well. All right. So with that, I will change out the music. Didn't I put it on Eric? Oh shit! You did the recap, and you wanted regular inspiration. Okay. All right. So usually yours. There we go. Okay. Sweet. Okay. I'm a little frazzled. I did like some really heavy prep. Sounds so dumb to say it out loud. Before the game, it was like a lot of reading and like outlines and notes, and like it just felt. It always feels like you're back in college when you're doing that type of prep, and my brain's just like overloaded. So, um, what's up?
Quick question. The
Mhm.
Bane I got from succeeding at a cause, does that last for 1 minute or until I make the saving throw? 'Cause I
Oh,
forgot,
the
honestly.
Bane status.
Yeah.
We'll just say that it wears off after combat. Like you just need like a minute to kind of clear your head, sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, as the battle ends, everyone begins to catch their breath and take stock of their surroundings and what has happened. So, I guess going just like real quick round robin. Eric, what is your initial thing as combat is ending and that adrenaline is fading and you are kind of getting better sense of yourself and your confidence in that Bane is sort of fading?
Run back to Arena, check on her status, see if she's feeling alright, and get her back to her feet.
Okay.
Because I think he's the only one who knows what happened to her, since everyone else was behind doors and walls.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so she's oop. Let's see. Yeah, I'll move you over there. All right. What about Anna? What is Anna's initial thing as like combat is winding down, that adrenaline is fading? Like what is
She'll probably go look for Reed and wonder why he didn't follow her out of the staircase.
Oh shit. That makes sense. Okay. All right. Also, are we down a Tiernan today? Okay, got it. All right. So Lex, what is Darius up to post combat? Okay. Hmm. Oh, right. Fair enough. Okay. All right.
Oh shit! I
Whew.
just realized my thing on my recording wasn't unmuted. God damn it!
Oh,
It's fine. Yeah,
that's cool.
Bye
We
is
did.
lying there. I ain't saying nothing
Okay.
important.
All right. Nice. That's what trimming's for. All right. So in the aftermath of the battle, Anna, you go and you find blood leading down the stairs to the basement. A lot of it.
Follows the blood trail.
All right. In the basement, you see the mangled, half-eaten remains of Reed's broken body. Having
would-
taken a terrible fall down the stairs and then been grabbed by the pursuing vine blights, which have now been dispelled.
You would probably scream extremely loudly for anybody else to hear her, and then she'd probably just lose her mind and start caterwauling.
Okay. Tiernan would run down to you. And upon seeing her, he would say, I think he'd say something like, you don't have to look. Look away. And then he would sort of try to address the situation there. Let me roll a healing check for him. Medicine. There we go. All right. He says, if it's any comfort, he was dead before they started feeding on him.
She's just not being helpful and just crying. You know, when you're in that situation,
Oh,
and that
yeah,
person's
yeah.
there being hysterical. That's Anna right now.
All right, fair enough.
Wait till we see
Uh,
Eastmark.
So Eastmark, I mean, he's wary of Anna. He heard Anna scream. He's gonna assume that whatever she screamed for, it must be a great horror because she's pretty tough in a fight. So as Tiernan runs, he would have gone to follow, and then he would have stopped in the stairwell and just sort of stared at Reed's body and Tiernan sort of examining it, and Anna just kind of like rocking back and forth on the bottom step, kind of sobbing and wailing, and he sort of retreats into himself, becoming incredibly stoic and reticent. All right. Oof. Okay. There was one raven that did survive, yeah? One not survive, but is still conscious. They went upstairs, I believe.
Yeah.
I think only
To
one of
find
them
their
went
father,
down.
I think.
2 more
I
are.
think Elvir stayed to help fight the plants, and then the other
Yeah.
two flew off to go.
Yeah.
Said something about
Okay.
their dad.
Got it. Okay. All right.
But they're all alive.
Okay, excellent. Then you guys did way better than Nightfall.
Oh.
Congrats.
Oh.
Oh no.
All right. As time starts to speed up, Eric, you check on Irenia. She's pretty much out cold. She opens her eyes blearily. She looks at you, and she says, she's allowed to say 2 words. She said, "We won,"
Yeah, we won. You
and
did good.
she passes out.
Oh, he'll just pick her up bridal style and just try and carry her to the rest of the group.
Okay.
I'm assuming at that same time he would hear Anna scream.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
And at this point, Eric probably wouldn't be. He will be alarmed, but he'll just walk to where he last saw the ravens and just sit Arena down and just stay by her side.
Damn. Okay.
He's tired.
All right. We will assume that in this grief and tragedy, it is kind of a timeless feeling. And as time begins to speed up, eventually the Mardikovs returned to their human form. Will kind of find each of you and ask you to either come outside to the front, or if you would like to stay out of the weather, to come upstairs to the common room. That they will help you with the dead and the fallen, and you will take stock of what has happened. It was a bloody and terrible battle, with tremendous losses, but ultimately you were able to rout and defeat the faithless druids and save Davian Mardukov. So that's good. All right, let me see. Scene. We'll just do like the outside of the winery. That works. Let's see. As sort of the backdrop for this conversation that is to happen. All right, let me drag some peeps out. All right, let me drag some Mardikovs out. we will assume that about an hour has passed since the end of the battle. Essentially granting everyone a short rest and the ability to spend hit dice if they have it to resuscitate themselves. We'll also say that since this is a sanctuary and a roleplay scene, if you don't have any hit dice left, you may be conscious with 1 HP after the hour of time has passed.
Okay, I was gonna ask. I'm unfamiliar about what happens when I spend a fate point. Am I just dead until someone gets to me?
Yeah.
So it's different for everybody. In your case, they laid you out with like the dead because they checked for a pulse and everything. But they just didn't check well enough, and so after an hour, you just sort of like gasp and cough, or whatever scene you would like to play out as you wake up and find yourself with Reed's mutilated body, kind of laid down with respect to your left, and then headless grandma with her head tucked in next to her on your right.
Wow, that's a hell of a scene. Just
Damn.
sputters back to life a little bit, and then just peeks over and sees fucking Two-Face Reed. It's just a headless corpse.
Speak ill of the dead, why don't you?
I mean, Darius isn't in almost any better shape. I mean, with the wounds that he took and the fate point that he had to burn, he looks fucked up. Lacerations, heavy bruising. Yeah, it's not that far off to assume that this dude was dead.
Right.
I'll just say I'm at 1 hit point as I kind of like start crawling.
Okay. Irenia, who is also kind of rousing at this point, sees you and she screams, "Zombie!" And she goes to give you a flying drop kick. Do you do anything or?
Did Eric stop her?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry, Eric.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I'm out of boxing points. I can't block it.
All right, so Eric, yeah, you grab her mid jump and kind of spin her around, and then she says, "He's alive. He's moving. He's crawling. Look at him."
He is still part of the living. Just
Oh,
yes, he's not dead. Not yet.
oh, that's good.
Well,
Oh,
he is, at least.
what do you mean? And then she kind of looks past Darius. Excuse me, looks past Darius and sees headless grandma, the pile of limbs and organs that you could kind of gather up that was Alexi, and Reed, and her face just breaks into an expression of absolute sorrow, and she just turns away. And then she says, "He's Mark," and she rushes to him, and he stands there like he's made of fucking stone.
Eric would give a deep sigh. Are there any like sheets, curtains on the ground he can just take up and just try and cover the
Oh
body?
yeah. They have fabric and stuff. Like they went to the trouble of trying to collect as much of the remains of each person that fell and kind of put them there. They're basically, for this purposes, they're kind of out of the weather in this loading dock. And then everyone is kind of gathered like over here. So when Darius was kind of dragging himself like through the mud and everything else, and Irenia saw him, that's that's part of what that was.
I think.
Well, yeah.
I think anyone that's relatively nearby can hear Darius is weakly saying Mac. He's kind of just like crawling towards
Yeah.
the forest.
So your allies who stayed behind with the children, they do arrive as well, and seeing your condition, she just rushes to you. The children with Dag rush to the parents and grandparents, and she just kind of drops to her knees and kind of hugs you. And she just keeps calling you stupid, but like crying, but like holding you, but crying. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah.
All right.
And I think with that last sputter of strength, he just goes cold again, unconscious.
All right. An older man, some might say a silver fox, as it were. Definitely in his 60s or beyond, but of decent build and fitness. He has a beard and mustache and long hair that is all either graying or grayed out, and he looks like he has been through some serious torture. There are what looks like cuts and lacerations that are infected on his body. His eyes are sunken in, and he's definitely carrying around, many stacks of exhaustion from his ordeal. As he approaches the group, he says, "Well, you're all finally awake. That's good. I am Davian Mardukov. I am the elder of this family and the owner of this winery. I understand that you saved my life."
At great cost, yes.
Yes. There is always great cost, unfortunately. I don't know if this will come as any comfort or consolation, but you did more than just save my life and the livelihood of my family. The faithless, they've poisoned the wine. They had every intention of sending the poisoned wine to Valakai. You potentially could have saved hundreds, maybe thousands of lives.
Was all of it poisoned?
The latest batches were poisoned, and until I have had the chance to test them, cannot trust any of our stores and stock.
Ooh, sorry. Do you have an image of this dude?
Yeah. Is he not showing up for you guys?
Nope.
We're
Okay.
on the landing
Oh.
page.
Oh, my bad. I had this nice roleplay scene set up for you. I'm moving paper dolls around. I'm just like, hey, yeah, here we go. You're like, where's Mackenzie? Look, she's right there. Yeah.
All good. All good.
Mhm.
It's been a week. We have to get recalibrated.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So yeah, Davian Mardukov, he kind of takes in the measure of all of you, and he says, "Who sent you here? How did you know that we were in danger?"
We found out about your situation through the Burgomaster of Valakai.
Burgomaster, the
We
Baron.
we came here on our own accord. After, what was his name? I think it's Irwin.
Erwin.
Said something. Thank you, Darius.
When you mention Irwin, his face kind of screws up into sort of like emotional impacts, I don't like that guy. That guy makes me upset. Kind of gesture. And you see the three siblings over here. They kind of also kind of share that look. They look at their father kind of sadly upon hearing that name, and they all kind of look everywhere but at you guys and at their father. And he says, Erwin. He probably was upset that the wine had stopped flowing.
Good question. Are we not telling him about the inn?
I don't know. I'm barely out, barely conscious right
Oh
now.
wait,
It's up to you guys.
you're the only one who know, right? Do you tell us?
Oh, I've told
Or
you guys everything.
oh, then
Yeah, you guys have all the information.
okay. I was just wondering.
And
We
he says,
also
oh,
We came to try to make the land a better place. The wine helps people alleviate their fears and bring a little bit more joy with each day.
it was also at the behest of the wife of the innkeeper.
when you say that, it looks like somebody just shit a lemon into his mouth. And he says, of course it was. Of course. They can't have their precious wine supply running out for their little inn. Well, if that is the case, I am thankful both to the Baron and to Erwin and his wife. And of course,
Evian,
you.
we didn't do this for the Baron.
Then why did you mention the Baron?
You asked how we knew and why we came here.
Ah, so the Baron knew that of our plight, mentioned it, but did not say that
He
he
chose
wanted
to
it
do
else-
nothing.
Okay, either give me a persuasion or deception, because I don't know at this point if Anna believes everything that she's lying, or is lying, or is
I'm
is
I'm going back to the dinner, and
yeah.
when the Baron, like, I brought it up to him, and I even
Mhm.
kind of offered to say we do it for pay, and he kind of blew me off.
Oh yeah.
So-
No, I'm saying you could use either skill. I'm saying.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. He says, That's strange. The Baron is an old friend of mine, but we have fallen out of touch in the last 10 years or so. But you are right. The wine is the lifeblood of Barovia, and that is why my family has always provided it at cost, with no profit, to all the settlements. Strange that generations of service would be ignored, but I suppose that is just one of many things that is troubling about these times.
Perhaps it's time for a change, Davian.
Well, there is unlikely to be any more wine. He looks around at all the fields. We will harvest this season. The wine that is made will be shared, as it always has been. But it is unlikely that in the spring the crops will renew. This land is too hard, too harsh. And we have lost the blessings of the land that made all of this possible. The faithless made off with the last of our... Well, the faithless have doomed us to failure.
Can't you make more? I mean, the land still seems salvageable.
He looks around and he says, "Again, we will do an early harvest, and then we will try to plant, but the grapes that grow will be small and sour, the vines thorny and cruel. This is the nature of the land, you see. My ancestors were fortunate to receive blessings that made this land particularly, as he kind of motions around, fertile. Some of you may be outsiders, but surely you have noticed the absence of a true sun. Plants that grow in darkness are unnatural things. Without the magics that effuse the soil here, we are finished." And then
I think
Stephania would shout, not shout, but she would say, "Father, do you mean to say they took the last stone with them?" And he nods solemnly at her.
You mentioned stone. What is this about exactly?
He looks at all of you, once again kind of taking your measure, and he says, "Many of your allies and friends died to save people you didn't know. And I can't imagine that cheapskate wife of my son is offering you any fair recompense for the dangers that you faced. So I can only assume that you are, or at least fancy yourself, heroes of some sort. So I will tell you. Long ago, my ancestors received a great boon from the spirit of the land, whose power was taken from them by the Dark Lord. The lingering remains of their power were placed into 3 stones. And my ancestors buried those stones here, in these fields. The power of the stones made the land fertile beyond anyone's imagination. And so they used the land to grow these beautiful grapes and make for the people a source of joy in this dark and hateful place. But one by one, the stones have been taken. The first, well, we have no idea who took it or when. We only noticed its absence. The second was taken by the hag, Baba Lysaga. Her scarecrow minions seemed to know what they were looking for. Night after night, they snuck into our vineyards until they found what they were looking for and spirited away with it. The last stone was taken by the druid. No doubt back to their Yesterhill for some dark and terrible ritual.
That's a lot to take in.
He said, with but a single stone, the soil, the crops, it could be restored. It could continue on. With the return of all 3, our prosperity would be guaranteed and shared with all the land. And he says, But you have suffered much against a small band of families. I would not put this burden on you. I would never ask of you to retrieve them. But know this. My family is old, and we are well connected. I understand that you have seen our great secret, our gift. We know much of this world, and we could be powerful allies for you. If you could be powerful allies for us. Something to think about. Now, you are welcome to stay here as long as you need. My home is a sanctuary for you, that you might rest and bury your dead. I do not care what Erwin and his wife have offered you. I want to make sure you are compensated for a job well done. So before you leave, I will have coin for you.
Since you're being so forthcoming with everything, and your children or relatives, I would assume already know or have told you, my group and I, us, as he gestures to everyone, are in a bit of a pickle ourselves, and he will roll up his sleeves and show his collarbone and show the bite marks and scratches. I take it you already know.
He definitely looks at it, and on his face, you see that he is sad for you. But continue.
I've seen that you and your family are able to control your transformation of this avian variety. Is there anything you can relay to us that may help us deal with this? We're all not sure who is really infected or not, but just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, he looks at you and he says, "This is unfortunate. What my family and I have is a blessing. A powerful boon granted to our ancestors long ago, in exchange for the protection and service of this land, this true land. We stand against the darkness that clings to everything. We try to light beacons of light that would guide those most afflicted by darkness. But the wolves, they are cursed by Mother Night. Your affliction will rob you of your humanity. Those affected will become ravaging, remorseless, hungering beasts. Your instinct will be to hunt those who care for you the most, those who are as defenseless as possible. You will be fueled by a great cruelty. But it perhaps is not too late for you. There are methods to cure lycanthropy. But if it has been more than a day since the infection, you must wait until your first transformation during the full moon. You will need to prepare a ritual. I am not knowledgeable enough to guide you properly through this. But if you seek a solution, we have an ally. An old hag who is a servant of the true land, of the ancient ways. She is called Jenny. And she is equal distance, perhaps, between here and Valakai and here in Krezik. I will call upon Muriel and ask her to guide you. Should that be the path you decide to walk?
We don't have much options, so it's the path we're forced to walk, unfortunately. Nevertheless, thank you
Yeah.
for your input.
Okay. He nods. And then Stefania kind of approaches her father, and they have a quiet conversation. Does anybody try to eavesdrop? Or do you just let them have their conversation?
I think Erode would try.
Okay.
Ish? Yeah, he would try. So, what do I roll for that?
That'd be a
Insight?
perception.
Perception? Okay.
Yeah, that'd be a perception.
He's gonna use attention to detail for advantage on this. Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, even with advantage, you are unable to kind of make out what they are saying.
Okay.
All right. He shakes his head at her as she looks at him sternly. He sighs and he says, "There is another way, perhaps. You seem strong, of spirit and of body and of will. It is said that there are some who have mastered the curse of lycanthropy. You could learn more of this in Krezik, if that is the path you choose to walk."
Very well.
Anna will pull the boys together and we'll do a huddle and try to figure out what we're doing.
It's
All
not
right.
hard.
Eastmark does not go to the huddle. He is off to the side, almost like catatonic in his stoicism, and Irina is just kind of keeping him company. Tiernan sniffles on up. He's there, maybe. Mackenzie shows up, and Izzy, because they're boys now, with a TM afterwards.
Can I ask him one more question in private?
Who, Davian?
Yes.
Oh yeah, sure. You could kind of take him aside before this hero huddle.
Alright.
Uh-huh.
You mentioned that all wolves are cursed, correct? And that they serve the
They
dark.
serve. No, I did not say any of those words. I said that they were cursed by Mother Night.
Is she something that we should be
Ah,
troubled by?
I keep forgetting you are an outsider. In this realm there are two deities. The Morning Lord, God of light and love and good and light. And then Mother Night, who is the mistress of all things dark and evil. They are two sides of the same coin. Light and dark, good and evil.
Hmm. Okay then. That's all I wanted to know.
Of course. Go to your friends.
Alright. What do you guys want to do now?
Which option do you want to go to? That's the point of this. Because there's multiple ways to solve the lycanthropy issue. I don't know if we're going to get much wine out of these folks.
Honestly, from my standpoint, the most viable solution is to see this Jenny.
Anna looks at Zombie Tiernan for affirmation and also looks at Darius. And if they agree, she would go along with that. Eric's idea.
You're not getting much response out of Darius.
You're at 1 hit point. You can say 2 words.
I would say, given everything so far, Tiernan would be more likely to trust in the medical approach, which would be seeing Jenny, than the maybe we could do a cool anime training montage to become werewolf warriors.
Yeah, over the
Like
table.
I feel like he's practical enough that doesn't seem very likely. It seems like a lot of things would have to go very well for you guys to find some werewolf kung fu master in the mountains to help you master your lycanthropy.
Oh, see, we got the information initially about Jenny from Dusk Elves, and they had mentioned that she was like an expert in like herbalism and alchemy and stuff like that, and that prompted his interest. So I think we would want to do Jenny.
Okay. All right. It sounds like you guys kind of know what you want to do.
Yeah. They also mentioned like, oh, you guys are strong, but if you come across like things that you can't like punch your way through, like werewolves, you need like magic and some stuff like that, and Jenny could get us a solution for it. I think that's what also kind of prompted our interest.
Yeah, we've seen what magic can do firsthand.
I mean, yeah, after this display, yeah.
Okay. I guess the question here is, it is, I don't know, we'll say by this point, 5 p.m. Do you want to leave immediately? Do you want to stay the night? Do you want to stay until you guys are healed up? This is a sanctuary.
Let's stay until we're healed up somewhat, please. Also, it's still raining. Keep that in mind.
I mean, it's very frequently raining, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's still the same day when we... Yeah, so...
Yeah. Okay, I will add this mini milestone. Save Davian Mardukov. Congrats, guys.
Yay. Speaking of which, Eric will look at the bodies. We should probably get them buried soon.
Yeah, so they Elvir kind of shows you guys a place on the property where you could bury them if you'd like to bury them here.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay. So that's we'll say it takes a couple hours. All right. It is dark now. Night has settled in. And really, it's up to you. If you guys want, I can kind of fast forward time, and you guys can just take long rest until you are healed.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
with the amount of injuries that Darius has, he's physically not going to be of any use to anyone.
I will also make you an offer, and this is basically like when you play Monopoly and you land on income tax, and they're like, or just give me $75, kind of thing. If you would like, if you spend 3 days here resting, you would be cured of your exhaustion, and your wounds and injuries that are not, essentially missing limbs, and stuff like that.
Deal.
Wait, before we
Now,
take
it
the
will
deal,
not it will not help you with any diseases or curses or things like that. But it would be like 3 days of dedicated just rest.
I think I calculated it for Darius. It would probably take about 3 days for him. If he did nothing but just healing, he could probably get rid of everything on him. But he just has to just not do anything for 3 days. So that works for
There's
me.
also
I'll take it.
the fact that how long would it take? How long did it take us to get from Valakai to here?
Day and a half.
Day and a half.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wait, that was my horse, though, right? And cart.
No,
that
that
was
we
we
walked.
walked.
Oh shit.
I mean, you had a horse and a cart, but it was moving at the same speed that you would be walking at.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just for the equipment and stuff. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So a day and a half.
I
And
think Anna would give you guys 2 days before she would start bringing things up.
Fair.
were we ever told how long it would take for the stuff to happen in Valakai?
Yeah, it's in 5 days. It's on the calendar.
5 days.
The Festival
And
of the Blazing Sun, yeah, it would be the 27th.
3 days here, a day and a half to get there. We can still technically reach there in time,
Well,
but
I
we
was
have to go
thinking-
for Jenny.
I'm thinking 2 days of resting, 1 day with Jenny to figure out what's going on there and find her. And that gives us a little bit of a cushion back in Valakai.
I mean, we can arrive the day of and just deliver the good news.
Anna says we cannot arrive the day of.
Darius gives you a look.
Eric will give you a look too, like,
We have to prepare.
Prepare for what?
Festival, of course.
With all due respect, Anna, I personally can't find it in my heart to care about the festival at this point.
I don't know what kind of festivals you guys have here, or the ones that the Baron throws. I don't know if we really need to prepare for it.
You know what? I just thought about it. Do we know when's the next full moon?
I
Yeah.
think we got like 22-day notice or something like that when we were.
Okay,
It is the 11th of next month.
okay, how about
Yeah.
this? 3 days, we then go to Valakai right afterwards, and then we head back to deal with Jenny. Because we still have a lot of time before this curse overwhelms us.
You would accept that.
There's no need to rush this. Just quite frankly, he'll look over to Darius, to Yernin, and myself.
Eric, you're so smart. This is why I need you.
That will never not be creepy. Just keep that in mind. So we rest up for 3 days. We'll send out farewells, gather what information we can over the course of those 3 days, head for Valakai, see what we can do there. And then, once all is said and done, we pack our bags and head for Jenny. And he'll look over to Ismark and Irina. Maybe those 3 days will give Ismark time to get himself together. Is that acceptable with everybody?
Works for me.
Of course.
Alright. He will walk out of the huddle and just pull Irina to the side and just relay everything he just told them. Irina,
Yes.
how is... He'll try and get her to he'll pull away from a few feet away from Ismark for a moment, so they can speak in private. How's Ismark?
He's very
Huh?
bad. He's not doing well at all. He's like
one more bad thing away from just giving up.
Shit.
I-
I
I. Why did he? This is my fault. I was too good of a wingman, and then they fell in love, and then he lost him right away.
You're not a bad wingman. You
No,
gave
that's
him a
the
moment.
problem. I'm too good at it.
Look, you introduce a moment of happiness in his life, and unfortunately, life is cruel enough to have taken it away from him. No one can control these circumstances. No one. And I'm sorry that he is going through this right now. Really, I am.
I think. I don't know. I think Eastmark wants to go to Yesterhill. He wants to take his rage and his frustrations and his sorrow, and he wants to deliver it upon the faithless, but I told him that there are other things that must be taken care of first.
That is certainly true, and he's trying to scratch the back of his head in frustration before
No,
he's
we could always go to the Abbey of St. Markovia and we could ask the abbot to bring Reed back.
Eric eyes widens at that.
I
She shows you.
I kept this.
It is a finger.
What?
Oh, in case he needed some part of him to bring him back.
I don't. He'll pull a bit far away from the group. I don't think
He had such
these
beautiful
things.
hands. Look at the finger. It's so beautiful.
No, one thing at a time, Eric. One thing at a time.
Aye. So Eric, you're really good at convincing people to do stuff. I don't know how, cause you're kind of like a cowardly baby most of the time, but somehow it's kind of endearing. Could you convince Anna and everyone that we should go to Kresik instead? I'm telling you, if we get to Kresik, all of our problems could be solved.
Or we'll be introduced to new problems that we do not have the means to deal with. In case you haven't noticed, he'll again pull away his shirt to show his collarbone a bit.
Okay.
We
But
all got bitten by wolves.
yeah, but
Don't
that sexy old man, he said that he had until the full moon.
True, and I did bring that up the rest of the group before.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of variables being introduced. Just give me a moment to think on this.
Of course.
Speaking of which, how are you holding up?
I'm great. Everything is fine.
Bullshit. Be real with me.
I don't know what to do. I I don't want to go home. Not when I have seen how bad everything is, but I don't know what we can do. Like everywhere we go, things seem to be worse and worse. In the village, I knew that we had problems, but I thought stupidly that maybe the rest of Barovia was doing better. But it just feels like everywhere is just sorrow.
It's yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. It feels that way every day. I can't keep up with everything. I'm racking my head around trying to think on things to do, what we can do, and it just seems like every path we take is gonna be rocky, and we may trip over ourselves every time. And Just have to endure it.
Eric, I feel very selfish, but part of me doesn't want to go because maybe if I can help you find a way home, I could go with you. I bet in America, in Earth, there are no problems like here in Barovia.
Honestly, you will still be you. Truth be told, you'll probably be better off with us in America than here in Barovia. You know, no werewolves, vampires, their son,
And movies.
and that too. Yeah, exactly. Hell, if you make it with us, we can see the sequel to Pirates of the Caribbean.
They made more than one.
They made more than necessary, but we don't talk about that.
I don't know if, without a read, I could convince Ismark to come with me. I think that he is going to want to stay, and I feel like a traitor to my land and my people, because I am just so tired of all the darkness and the sorrow.
You're not a traitor for having these selfish desires. You're human, just like me, Ismark, and everybody else here. It's alright to want something for yourself just once. No one's a saint, not truly. And you do what makes you happy. You do what makes you happy. And if leaving this land will make you happy, then why not go for it?
And when you say that, the tears start to spill, and she just hugs you and presses herself against you and just cries quietly.
He freezes up for a moment, and then, looking up at the sky, he'll just put a hand on her back and slowly, rub circles on her back. Just hold on. Just hold on.
Right. So, 3 days pass, and all non-permanent injuries, exhaustions, and whatnot would clear.
Wait, can you have Tierney make 3 medicine checks with advantage? Real quick.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Just let me know if it gets a 15 or higher. That's it.
All right. 1 was 15 or higher.
Ah, damn. Okay, good enough.
Okay.
I'm also gonna use Healing Surge 3 times, since this is over the course of 3 days.
Okay.
For my broken ribs, just that shit is still being a problem.
So yeah, you definitely still need to track things like broken ribs, festering wounds, but the things that are like torn muscles, hurt back, things like that, we'll just say they get wiped during the 3 days.
All I have is broken ribs, festering wounds. Okay,
How lucky.
so
The Mardikovs would give you as much space as you need, and essentially you have sort of the factory floor as like your guys' area. So the factory floor and then the balcony kind of looking down on it, you guys kind of set up as like a dormitory. Essentially, they give you spare blankets, and they keep you well fed and watered and whatnot. There's an adorable little outhouse off to the side of the building. They give you like straw pallets, whatnot, and you are able to kind of catch your breath, as it were.
With Tiernan's help, Mackenzie's gonna use some of her healer's kit to try and splint Darius's broken foot. I don't know if that makes a DC. I think it's 15 for broken items.
With advantage, you would get a 21.
Okay. So then Darius's foot is splinted, so then now it's just pouring healing into it.
Oh, my broken ribs is almost done. Thank God.
Anna's broken arm from session 2 is healed.
About
Congratulations.
You now have a fully operational Anna. I've been fighting Crash with one arm behind my back this entire time.
Beautiful.
Hey.
Well, one would say three arms active since Echo Knight, but you know,
True.
yeah.
Oh, that reminds us. Reed equipment. Did we
He is
establish
all
who
on the
had-
wagon.
Okay,
So loot as desired.
okay. I'm gonna hand Tiernan the hand axe I crafted a while ago. Just because. And I'll take the rapier from Reed.
Okay, 6.
And Eric will walk up to Anna and hand her the longbow he purchased alongside the arrows with it.
Thanks, Em.
Just in case you need to stay at a distance.
How do I send
Remember-
Irina back her crossbow?
I
Right.
don't know. Does it allow you to send things to NPCs or?
It lets me send it to only players.
Oh, okay. I'll grab it from you.
You will also give her the quiver and the arrows, so he'll just send all that to Anna.
I think
When Anna took the crossbow, it only just had the one arrow on it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So that's all you needed to send back. All right, and then we can just delete that.
9.
So.
First day.
All right.
Let me long rest all these assholes. Mm, And then by the end of the third day, everyone would also have the well-rested booth.
Nice.
All right. God damn, he's got so much broken stuff. Oh my god, Eastmark. All right.
Oh yeah, didn't he like break a foot or hand or something? Or
He broke his right foot, his left foot, and his right hand.
oh, buddy, we're
Yeah.
mm,
All right. Let me generate some mini games for him. Hold on. 20d6.
This would have been another long rest.
He does have a lot of NPC hit dice though, so he might be okay. All right. Feature, new feature, broken, fun feature. All right. Left foot, right foot, right hand. I think he's gonna want feet before hands. That makes sense.
Oh,
Alright. This is the kind of crunchy shit we had to do in like first and second edition that generations later, like of playing video games and being busy and working 2 jobs, people were like, what if you just, I don't know, caught your breath and everything was okay? And everybody like high fives are like, hell yeah. Modern game design.
So in 2 days, Darius has healed his broken foot.
Oh my god. You disgust me.
I know, right? Look at this man.
Alright. 9 times 3 is 27, right?
Would have been 75 total.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. 27 times 2 is 54.
Yeah.
Alright. Here we go.
Jesus Christ.
Alright.
Wait, is that how
I
much he's
just-
healing up?
So my headcanon is just that, that Ismark and Darius are just like, Arnold Schwarzenegger and his buddy in like Predator, just these two fucking beefcake ass motherfuckers that have just like just taken like all kinds of injuries, and they're like, I just gotta drink this bottle of whiskey, fuck this prostitute, and smoke the cigar, boom, ready for action.
Blackjack and hookers cures everything.
Yeah. Holy crap. Alright, so 175. Let's pay it out to these here injuries. Minus 64.
So
Minus 58.
gone.
Alright. So his both feet are fine, or at least walkable. Blood of Heroes. And then he needs 26 more points of healing for his right hand. Not bad.
Because yeah, Carlos, the way I'm thinking it, it's that Darius is using at least 2 of his combat maneuvers to catch his breath and at least 1 thing of healing surge per day. So yeah, that was like 75 points of healing for over 2 days.
Okay.
Well, I thought about it. Nah, never mind.
Alright.
And he said we would have gotten well rested off of this.
Yep, and you guys will be well rested. But
So-
I will fast forward you to the morning of the 25th.
So this will be the 4th day morning, right? Since we spent 3.
Well, that's true. It'd be 3. I did say 3 days. So, if it's 72 hours, it would be evening of that Friday. I don't know if you want to travel at night or if you want to just
Nah.
head out hella early Saturday morning.
Nah, I'm good.
Nah.
We
All
can
right.
head out in the morning.
Okay.
So I will still get 1 more healing surge off. So I can try and do that right then and there then.
Okay.
Also, can you have Tiernan do 1 more medicine check since it's the
Sure.
Halloween day? At advantage to Varino.
Unfortunately, I rolled a Tiernan 6.
Damn.
A 6 and a 3 were my final results.
Jesus.
Alright, make sure that you check your inventory for wounds and you get rid of them because they are lowering your maximum HP and everything.
14? Okay.
Okay. I need to track down a macro where I can just like click a button and it long rests a miniature. I know that has to exist.
Isn't it? Oh, if you have your character sheet open, you can do the whole long rest thing next to their portrait. But you're talking.
Oh, that's
about,
what I
like,
mean.
macro.
I'm having to do this for all these fucking NPCs and
Gotcha.
everything else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like if I could just like have the mini selected, click a button down on the hotbar, and it's like nada, and just like does a long rest. Oof, that'd be so nice. So I'm sure that's a real thing, but Orf is proving that anything's real if you enter the Matrix. So yeah. All right. I would say that the night before you head out, Muriel would arrive. And Muriel Mardukov is the Blue Raven. You would see the Blue Raven kind of fly in, and then let's see.
Crash, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Technically, I was still knowing Eric and how he thinks. Technically, he would still be able to do healing surges because they come back on short and or long rests.
Mm-hmm.
So he
And
would
you get,
try
and you
and
get two short rests a day for sure. Yeah.
But yeah. So technically, he would still be able to keep going with it, right? Because
Well,
he'll be able to spend
I
half
mean,
of his hit dice. So that's
well,
2
dude,
per healing
don't
surge.
you don't need to use healing surges because on a short rest you can spend all your as many hit dice as you want, man.
it somewhat accomplishes the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Healing surge
So-
is more of the combat usage of trying to heal
Right,
up,
right,
you know,
right.
and
Yeah,
then-
yeah, yeah. A short rest, you could spend hit dice. Like that's
Oh no, this is
That's-
specifically for his injury. He's doing it for the broken ribs.
Yeah.
That's
right,
why.
right. But we're saying that the budget of healing surges is like you don't have to do a healing surge out of combat because you could just
Take a short
you're
rest.
resting. Yeah,
Yeah,
every
it's-
day you could burn all of your hit dice. That's why Eastmark rolled all those dice, man.
Yeah, it's still pulling from the same pool of resources
Yeah.
just to do the same.
Oh shit!
routine.
I
Yeah.
I
and,
was
then,
thinking
and, then,
differently.
and then you're at a sanctuary, so every night you get all those hit dice back. What I'm saying is Eastmark has 9 hit dice, so every night he gets those 9 hit dice back. The next day, he spends all those hit dice essentially at a short rest to heal, and then that night he gets them back. So that's you don't need to use a healing surge to do that.
Oh,
Healing
Oh,
surge is only
look.
for in combat. Yeah.
that is the one thing I forgot.
Oh,
We have
that-
all of our
I'll-
hit die back at sanctuaries, right?
Correct. At a
Okay.
sanctuary, you could actually long rest, and then you get all of your hit dice back. So you
Alright.
guys are
So my
probably as
broken
good
ribs,
as you can be right now.
my broken ribs would technically be gone then.
Okay.
So I would
Um,
have the extra healing back.
I trust everybody to manage their injuries and stuff. There's definitely too many moving parts for me to micromanage it. So
I'm sorry about the misunderstanding. I just
Oh,
kept
no,
thinking
it's
healing
okay.
surges was
There-
like the only way to.
oh no, that's the emergency heal because you guys don't have access to like any healer like magical healing and stuff like that. This is the only campaign that has healing surges. Like the other campaigns I run don't because they have access to all sorts of magical healing and stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. So let me see. Yes, the Blue Raven would arrive, and it is revealed to you that the Blue Raven is in fact a woman known as Muriel Mardukov, a member of this Mardukov family. And essentially, the Raven lands. It goes into an upstairs room, and when it exits the upstairs room, it is a lady. She looks at all of you, and she says, and when she looks at all of you, you see that she is scarred and carries herself with a bit more poise and confidence than the other Mardukovs. You, as adventurers, kind of get the sense that Muriel is a out and about adventurer, field agent, mercenary, compared to these simple farmers and winery owners. She kind of stares all of you down, and then she says, "It was a close call there with the windmill. Very glad you listened."
That was you?
She nods.
I
I have been watching you for some time. Outsiders always bring great change to the land. I was curious what sort of people you were. But my father sent ravens to let me know what transpired here, and I'm glad I was right about you. I don't know exactly what you have planned, but since you saved my father and my family and their livelihood, as well as the lives of many people in Valakai, I will show you to Jenny Greenteeth. And if you like, I can stay with you and travel for a bit.
When the comment was made that she's been watching us this whole time, Darius just
Mhm.
starts playing a reel in the back of his head of, oh, she saw me when I had come out of that tent with that one Vasani lady. Oh, that blue raven nuzzled me and flew off. Oh, that blue raven saw us get our ass kicked. There's
Oh,
just
yeah,
a lot
I
of there's just a lot of stuff playing through his head as she's just talking.
I got a picture of her as a bird. Oof.
She also says, I also appreciate that you left my things alone when you found them.
Shape changers, we cannot take our equipment with us when we change form, so we are forced to hide caches of equipment throughout the land. It was very respectful of you to leave it where you found it.
Wait, you guys found a cache?
I think Reed had mentioned
It was Reed and
something
Tiernan.
about that.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, ooh, I ain't touching that.
It says,
There's a Vistani caravan headed south along the road. I saw it when I flew in. In the morning, we are heading out. I doubt you want to travel by night. This is the night before, essentially.
Mm-hmm. You're right about that.
he kind of stares at everybody and she says,
Would we-
good night. And then she closes the door.
Uh-huh. Ooh, that's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, it certainly is, but compared to what everything else you've met. I mean, she seems relatively nice.
Mackenzie is kind of like blushing and looks a little embarrassed.
What?
And she says, well, all right, obviously we're traveling. Everybody's shitting in the woods. Well, the Blue Raven stopped me from basically getting poison ivy on my ass.
Oh, it hurts to laugh too.
You gotta laugh at these things, right?
Well, that's at least good.
I'm gonna go check on Ismark, see how he's doing.
Okay.
I take it he's in the room somewhere, right?
Yeah, he's like off in the corner.
Does we had buried the bodies outside
Mm-hmm.
the winery in like a plot or something like that, right?
Right, like on like a beautiful tree. There's like a little spot under the tree that you were
Okay.
permitted to bury them. Yeah.
Darius is gonna head over there.
I think we all should. Eric, would you bring Eastmark?
I'll try, but you know me, I'm not a people person. Oddly enough. Surprisingly, really.
So as you approach Ismark, he turns his gaze and looks at you.
Is he standing or like on the floor or something?
He's just kind of like sitting with his back against the wall in the corner, just kind of staring blankly ahead.
I think Eric would sit down, give him some room between them, because he's not really close to Ismark.
Mm-hmm.
How you been holding up?
It's fine. This is a hard land, and it takes its toll.
That is certainly true.
I understand that we're leaving tomorrow to return to Valakai.
Yeah,
Good. I will return, and I will make the Baron send aid to the village of Barovia.
I believe you. He certainly owes us that much. I'm not going to ask how you're doing. I can already tell by your demeanor that it's nothing positive. And
Just get to the point then, Eric.
I guess I understand how you feel with current losses and previous losses.
Okay.
Eric takes a moment to gather his words. You know, you should still count the blessings you have available.
I think perhaps, Eric, you should stop. It seems the others are going to a meeting. Why
Yeah.
don't you let me know if anything important comes out?
Okay. Okay. Just remember that.
I think, again, Eric, we've discussed this enough.
Very well. And he'll leave Ismart to his own devices and
Okay.
walk away.
All right, so you guys have a late evening hero huddle, knowing that you head out in the morning.
Anna would try to pull everybody over where they buried Reed and
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
Alexei and Agatha. And she would tell them that she has something to say. There's been a lot of things on her mind the last few days, and she wanted the rest of everyone else to hear it. And I don't know what the weather's like, if it's raining still, hopefully it's not. She has the jar of honey in her hands when she says this to you, and she kind of looks around like she's looking for Eastmark, but notices he's not there, but will continue anyway. I met Reed Sterling when I woke up at Durst Manor like the rest of you. I was initially drawn to him by his smile and his way with words. No one knows this, until now, but I even had a crush on him at first. Well, till I learned he didn't like me in that way. He was my closest friend here, and he made me smile when I was down and told me the silliest of jokes. He knew things about me that most of you don't. He was easy to talk to. He showed me how to use makeup again. I listened to his stories about shiny vampires and being in movies. They were silly, but they were his stories. Memories become stories when we forget. I won't forget. Today I've lost my voice. He was fated to help the land with us and change the way my fair Barovia is. He is fated no more. You are not here, Reed Sterling, but your presence lingers in the shadows. You don't see what I see, but I hear you laughing with me when I laugh now. You don't know what I feel, but I feel you feeling for me. Goodbye, Reed Sterling, my dear friend and better angel. And she's probably crying when she's getting through that, and then would look for Eastmark and notice she would go into the house to go look for Eastmark after that.
While Anna leaves, Eric will just walk up and kneel over the gravesite for a moment. Reed, may not have known you long, may not have known you as well as Anna did, but for something else, I'll give you that much. You were positive, despite being a bit overbearing at times. And if I had a drink, I would pour one out for you. I'm gonna miss you. Gonna miss you. He'll just stand back up and, stand next to the rest of the group.
Darius is just gonna look at the three graves. Kind of looks at the one that has Agatha. You're a strange woman, but you were kind to us. Thank you for everything. Then looks at Alexis. Didn't know you long, but I felt like you would have fit in. And then looks at Reeds. Truth be told, you were an asshole, but you were our asshole. See you on the other side, buddy. I think he's just gonna walk away.
That sounds so painful. Oh man.
You make one mistake.
I said you were our asshole.
Oh no, I'm referring to the seeing the other side. Like, damn man.
Oh yeah.
That's so sad.
I think Darius is just gonna sit on the porch for a while and just kind of stare out into the blackness.
Okay. The night passes, the morning comes, and you guys find yourselves back on the road. I'll take you back to the dashboard. Oh, that night before you leave, Davian Marikov brings you a leather pouch, and inside the leather pouch are an assortment of small precious jewels. Sadly, none of them are diamonds, but they do total 500 gold in value. And he says, I said I would repay you, and I hope that my hospitality and the information I have shared and the services of my niece. Oh, that's right. Sorry, Muriel this is her uncle, not her father. Fucking family tree is huge. Yeah. And the services of my niece are enough, but I will never be outdone by my son and his wife. So here, take this small fortune and use it however you see fit.
Thank you. And as someone with problems with my own family, well, it's complicated, I guess.
It is complicated, yes.
I want to believe in the good part of this and think she does care, or he does care enough. That wasn't just for the wine, but for your own well-being.
They wanted us to come out here sooner. Unfortunately, we had a couple of things that we had to take care of first. So, don't put that on them.
He nods. Good to know. You'll need rest. The roads are treacherous.
Oh, one more thing. So sorry. I noticed that the berserkers amongst the druids, they wielded silver weapons.
Yeah, he makes a disgusted face when you say that. He says, yes, please, take them with you.
Well, that's the thing. Is there a way to deprive them of their source of silver if this material is so deadly to you?
Well, that is an interesting point to bring up. The druids and their berserker allies, the faithless, they are not myths. They have crude iron weapons at best. Someone gave them these weapons. Someone told them about this stone. And if I had to wager who it was, I would say it was Baba Lysaga. I don't know why these two forces are working together, other than to bring about the downfall of my family and my order.
Is your curse or gift, sorry, is it well known?
It is not. My family is a secretive order that works against the forces of darkness. But apparently we have caught the ire of Baba Lysaga herself. Perhaps she felt power and through fell rituals was able to discern the nature and location of the stones.
WotC, when Alexei was talking about Baba Lysaga, did he point out where she was exactly, or the area she resided in?
Berez. She lives in the ruins of Berez, the flooded marshlands in kind of the center of the map.
Okay, in that case, when he does mention how the secret to their gift is a secret,
Mm-hmm.
Eric would bring up, at any point did your people, should they have been captured, or did they fly near Perez?
He nods. That is very possible. We have had members of the order not check in for many, many weeks. It is a dangerous land, and we of course assume the worst, but perhaps this is worse than that. Worse than death.
Then we can assume if the druids, the berserkers, and this Baba Lysaga are connected, he might have captured your people, uncovered their secrets, and through this alliance with the druids, informed them of the materials they needed to wield against you. The only issue is we don't know the source of where this silver is coming from.
I mean, it was said those mines closed down a while ago. The werewolf saw to that shit.
Davian says, she is an old and powerful hag. With great lifetime comes great resources. It would be as nothing for her or her servants to acquire such things. Put them in the hands of the right allies. One of the gifts provided by our transformation is impervious to normal weapons. A wound dealt by a non-magic blade is as nothing to us. It makes shaving very difficult.
We can see.
But I like you and your friends, and I would not want to see anything happen to you. Promise me you will stay away from the ruins of Erez and not get yourself in the sights of Baba Lysaga. She is an ancient evil, far too powerful for you to ever defeat.
Trust me, we're smart enough to know not to touch that branch.
I don't know about that. But she's the one who allied with these druids and then sent them. And they're the ones that killed Reed and our friends. They're gonna get what's coming to them eventually.
Davian says, if you do intend to take the fight to her, return to me and let me know. The Order of the Feather will have your back.
In due time, of course. In due time. Darius, Reed, you pack your bags. I mean, not Reed.
Reed's
Oh.
not here,
Anna.
Eric.
Dang.
In
But
the- in
I
the-
feel like that would be like a really sad slip, you know?
Yeah,
like when you think someone's still there and they're not. Oh God.
it's that one moment that Eric's like, oh shit. Because his mind is still stuck on the whole Reed thing. It's like, damn.
Like when
Sorry.
you're hanging out with your friend and they got remarried, but then you go to mention their spouse, but you use the name of the previous spouse. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like it's just habit, and then you're just like, oh no. Yeah.
Darius and Anna. Sorry.
Mm.
Have you packed your bags yet?
I'm already packed.
Yes, I'm ready to go.
All right.
Okay. Eric will walk up and shake Davy and Sam. Nice knowing you, and it'll be nice to continue knowing you.
May our paths cross again.
Same.
Good luck.
He'll then point to her, to Muriel. Sorry about the
Mhm.
picture.
Eric, would you take a picture of all of us?
Sure. He'll ruffle his bag, pull out his camera. Okay, everyone group together. Matter of fact, would the Marta Cobbs be interested in taking a picture or no?
I don't think they. I mean, if you explained to them the technology and stuff, they might be interested in.
Yeah, he would.
In that. Yeah. Okay.
Because he knows he took one of Muriel, and
Mhm.
yeah. So he'll ask them if they want a picture.
Yeah. Once you explain the phenomenon of it, I think they would find that somewhat interesting.
Alright, he'll have everyone group together for the frame. I don't think Ismark would be in there, would he?
I think that with coaxing from Irenia, he would stand in the picture if, just to get her to stop, essentially.
To a more hopeful future. If you can't smile on the inside, or if you can't smile on the outside, try smiling on the inside. And he'll snap a picture of everybody, purposely leaving himself out the image.
Okay. So, you guys head out. The journey back is going to be a day and a half. Is the goal to head directly to Valakai? Yes?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good.
I had
All
to
right.
look at the calendar.
Yeah. All right.
Could Muriel guide us? Bad
So
thing?
Muriel does ask, would you prefer she traveled with you on land and was able to support you in the event of a fight, or would you prefer that she flew overhead and attempted to warn you of potential dangers along the road?
I think the latter would be more preferable, so we can try our best to avoid a fight.
Yeah, I would agree with
Okay.
that.
All right. She immediately just starts taking her clothes off.
Oh god.
All right. And she hands her clothes and equipment to you, Eric. And then you watch in horror as her eyes turn all black. And then in the span of less than 10 seconds, her hair all pulls back into her body. Her hands and legs pull back into her body. And she becomes sort of a blob of like meat that then is like pulsing and such,
and it grows smaller and smaller and smaller, contracting in on itself, making horrible squelching, bone-crackling noises. When it's finally roughly the size of a watermelon, it cracks and splits, turning inside out. And as it does, a blood and miasma coated raven is there, shaking the remaining bits of viscera from its wings.
Huh.
You said that
Well-
was. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, whoa, now I know what to look forward to.
And she takes flight.
They said that was a blessing, right?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Oh,
As you travel the 90 minutes down the winery road back to the main road that you will then take a left and head north back towards Valakai, there is a woman waiting at the crossroads. Let's get an establishing shot, Gibby, of this woman.
Yeah. So you guys see a a single woman there at the crossroads, kind of tossing a dagger, looking somewhat bored, and then sees you all. Her attire is very clearly, unmistakably Vistani, with the kind of bright colored scarves and tiered skirts and stuff. She looks at you and says, "Oh, it took you long enough. I thought there would be more of you."
excuse me.
The last time I saw you, there were more.
So when she says that, unless you have keen mind, give me a history check if anybody wants to recall having seen or met this person before. This is the perfect, like, I'm Star-Lord. Star who? Oh, okay. Darius.
The fuck?
Well, it's been making sweet love to that man's wife on the DL has been heavy on your mind since the reveal of the Blue Raven. And as you're kind of like stuck in that kind of memory loop, you recall actually seeing this woman at the Vistonic camp at Sir Pool.
Y'all just conveniently decided not to talk to her.
Long way from the Sarah Pool, don't you think?
Indeed. But my grandmother told me that my destiny lies with those that walk with the dead. It took me a while, but, well, here I am.
Grandma?
You would know her as Madame Eva.
So you're fated?
Indeed. Touched by destiny, it seems.
Good enough for Anna.
I can't tell if you're lucky or unfortunate to have been touched by destiny.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Yes, I do not doubt that. Well, it seems you have seen much already, for I recognize that look in your eyes. But I doubt you have seen everything yet.
Oh, good. There's more. So I'm assuming you want to ride to Valakai?
It is not far. I can join you. Well, I'm not necessarily welcome. I know the way.
As you say that, you hear from the back of the group, "Yes, you are not welcome."
Provincials. How nice.
When you look over, Ayla, you recognize that this is Ismark Kolyanovich, sometimes called Ismark the Lesser, the son of the burgomaster of the village of Barovia, and his sister, who some call the Rose of the Valley. Spoiled nobles from a podunk village that the sort of thing. But you are familiar with them, and that does recall to mind the sad events that have taken place in the village of Barovia recently that you are aware of.
The lesser. I am somewhat surprised to still see you here, knowing what is going on back home.
What do you mean by that?
You haven't heard.
No, I've been on the road. What you how recently have you left from Serfu to find us? What? Just tell me, what is going on?
I am sorry for your loss. Is
What?
all I can say.
No, you will say more. What do you mean?
And I assume the reason he wanted to leave has happened. Is that
Yes.
okay? She goes, well, for both you and the Rose, you're well, let's just say that you are not the only ones that are buried dead.
I'm sorry, what?
Ooh.
Just talk straight, please.
Your father, the burgomaster, his body was found. No blood left within him. Drained.
Irenia collapses in the mud of the road.
Well, I tried to be delicate. Sorry, guys. She has a charisma of 6.
That's well. I was no.
No,
That's
I mean,
more than anyone.
I think Anna has a high
good,
charisma.
It's good role playing of a low charisma. I do appreciate it. Eastmark, like if the camera cut to Eastmark's perspective, you would hear like the Kill Bill sirens going off, just like as his vision is blurry and he's just kind of looking around, like what is my life? Like what is fucking happening here?
Drained how?
Well, I would assume it's from the. This is an assumption on my part. 2 puncture wounds on his throat.
Fucking Doro Darius. He came back.
Eastmark says,
Who is keeping track of the town now?
Well, right now, one second. Right now, it's some greedy old man. I don't know, some kind of merchant, I think.
Ilbra. No.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would?
Because he's the only one who can provide for the people in the village. He technically has power now.
No, I'm talking about Doru. Why would Doru go after the burgomaster?
Maybe he got hungry or something. The only point is, we let him loose. We didn't finish the job, and we all saw him escape. Maybe it was payback for what we did to him, or something.
Or
A father for a father, perhaps.
For the briefest of seconds, when Eric is saying that we left him escape, there's a half skeptical look when he looks at Eric, remembering that he was the one who kind of paused at the stairs before he went down, but he doesn't say nothing.
You know, this Doru, it seems, he is not the only vampire that haunts the village, you know. There are rumors.
as you say that, Irenia looks up and she says, Anastasia.
Yes, the Red Bride.
I'm sorry, who?
Eastmark's breathing is like ragged, and he says,
She is one of Strahd bride.
Wait, you say you had another vampire?
It is different. She is one of the Dark Lord's wives. She can do as she pleases. She would visit the village on occasion and take someone home with her.
But that also doesn't make sense. Wasn't your dad working with Vasily, who works for the Dark Lord?
Yes. There's no reason for her to have done that. No.
Something don't add
She,
up.
she would respect the authority of his position. She has stayed in our home when she visits the town.
Unless something has changed.
When you say that, he immediately looks up and his eyes are fucking feral, like wild. And like his eyes kind of dart to everyone here. Outsiders. They bring change. I must return home. I will travel with you to Velakai, but I will continue on my own. I must find out what has happened. For myself.
Darius
I
is
cannot
gonna
leave the village in bill dress, greasy palms. I must go.
Darius is gonna step to Ismark and look him dead in the eyes and be like, I understand what you're going through, but don't put that on us. You know we're trying to help you.
No,
You know that we're
No,
your friends.
I know. Things were already bad before you arrived. And you are not the first outsiders to make your way through our village.
I'm sure the Mortu that run the Blood on the Vine could take over, if you are not up to the task.
Hey, don't put that shit out there.
He is very civic-minded.
Okay, so
Let's get back to town, Ismark.
yes.
We can talk about it for the day. See if you need any supplies, if there's anything. So I will say it's pretty dumb to go out by yourself, but I understand what you do.
Oh yeah. OOC. There was 2 berserkers, so there's 2 silver great adds. We could give one to Ismark. But who has the second one?
I mean, he already has a silvered warhammer, so he wouldn't.
Oh,
Yeah, he wouldn't want to put you guys out when you're in need of supplies. So.
and Tiernan has a battle axe,
he has a
right?
battle axe.
With a shield?
Yep.
Hmm.
I don't think anyone
I
can
mean,
use those weapons. They can just stay in the cart for now.
does Darius have a weapon besides his fist?
I can't use heavy weapons. Or two-handed
Oh,
weapons, sorry.
oh damn. Okay.
Wait, no. Can't use weapons that have the heavy property. That's what it is. I can't use two.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, madam, for your bad news. Any good news you wish to bring upon us?
My name is Ayla. And yes, the festival will be happening in Valaki, Pelican, whatever, soon.
That's irrelevant news. I need good news.
I wish I had more.
Okay. Might as well keep going. And he will walk over to Arena to see how she's doing.
He looks up at you, Eric, and just says,
I don't understand. Why? What? The Dark Lord, he would not allow something like this to happen. He is a monster, but he is. This is his realm. He demands order. I.
Irenia, between you and me, there hasn't been order in this realm for a very, very long time. You've seen what we've all seen.
But. I.
Dark Lord or not, this has happened. And I'm sorry for your loss.
I want to know why this has happened. When we get back to Velkai, I'm going to find Vasily, and I'm going to ask him what's going on.
I can join you if you want. Because I do have some questions of my own for this Vasily.
Girl, woman, what? I did not catch your name.
Ayla.
Was my father's body put to rest at least?
I imagine he was interred, right?
yes, the community took care of it. Yeah.
Though there was no priest of the Morning Lord, they somebody stepped up and said the ceremony, said the words. He is in your crypt, I believe.
Did they consecrate the body?
There were precautions taken.
Yeah, they did the whole like chop off the head,
didn't want to.
Yeah.
He will not be coming back.
They did the
worry.
discount commoner version of consecration,
Yeah.
so
stake to the heart, head chopped off, put in between his knees, kind of thing.
So if he does come back, he's coming back as parts and not something whole.
Yeah.
She didn't want to say they didn't have general repose. He's
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. She seems to be putting her grief deep down in a box or high on a shelf. If anything, she seems more capable and more put together. And she says, well, you're welcome to travel with us, but your life is in danger. Just so you know. We stand against the Dark Lord and any others who bring sorrow to these lands.
She nods and says, I know you do not trust my people, but all of you know that not every Vistani stands with Strahd. Some do indeed want change to this land.
Your actions will speak more than your words. Let us go. Yes, Anna?
Yes, Irenia.
Danlin looks around. He doesn't know where Agatha is.
Wait, Thanley came back?
Oh, right. Yeah,
I
this
think
is
that's
this is the
hauling
other.
ass.
This
That's
is
hauling
this is
ass.
hauling ass. All right, so hauling ass would look around, I guess, for Agatha. Danlin's back in Valakai, probably got sold at an auction or something. Yeah. Yeah. So hauling ass.
An ogre won the auction.
Why aren't you showing? See, your name tag's turned off. Getting my donkeys confused. There we go. All right. All right. Everybody heads out. Let me check your encounters.
Yeah, Darius will just kind of walk beside Ismark, not say anything.
So despite scouting ahead, that's not going to do anything to diminish your number of encounters. It will simply help your odds of not being surprised. Muriel is not a guide. She's a were-raven. She literally just flies everywhere she needs to go and only worries about herself. So she doesn't have any training or ability to help you guys avoid danger on the road. She can just simply let you know that shit's coming.
No surprises. Good either way, truth be told.
Right. Well, reduced surprise, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. No worries. Okay. All right. So you travel for 8 hours. Are you guys gonna push or just do the 8 and then the rest the next day?
If we do 8 rests, will we still make it within the 1.5
Yeah,
day?
yeah, it's just a day and a half. I'm just saying if you wanted to get there earlier, you could do more today, essentially, to try to get there earlier tomorrow. But if you push, that is, con saves or whatever versus exhaustion. You do have well rested, so you could try. Excuse me, you could try for it.
But it will also be nighttime.
Well, you guys are leaving very early in the day.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That's why I'm asking. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any immediate reason to push unless someone can
Okay.
bring one up.
Yeah, same here. We should take our time with this.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Traveling along the road. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's a whole thing. Okay. Let me move you guys over to a map. All right, about 6 hours into traveling. Let's see. Muriel lets out 3 caws to let you know that something is ahead on the road. You guys are not surprised then, because you at least know something's coming. She is unable to communicate what it is, though. But you guys at least know something's coming. I guess she could fly down, do her horrible reverse meatball transformation, and then yeah, okay. So she drops down. The raven starts to get bigger and more humanoid. Horrible bone crunching sounds, snap, pop, crackle, that kind of thing. The feathers of eventually, you know what? She'll just stay in hybrid form. You guys already know what's up. So in hybrid form, she then says to you guys, "There's a lone figure walking the road. There's no way to avoid them without going off the road. It seems to be a dark-skinned boy, but very dead, zombie."
I think I know who that is.
Oh no.
Ooh.
You'll see Eric just immediately bring out his hand crossbow, and it's gonna happen sooner or later. Might as well happen now, I guess. And he'll preemptively activate his Crimson Right of the Dawn.
Okay.
I guess you really do walk with the dead.
Don't you know it?
All right. So, do you guys kind of walk to meet him halfway, or do you hold your progress and wait for him to come to you?
Walk to meet him halfway, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, I'll take you over to the map. I think you guys should be able to see on this map. I hope so. Let's see. Salvage Road. Oh.
I can't see anything.
Oh, you can't see anything on this map?
Nope.
Okay.
I see my token, but yeah, I can't see anything.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, I will add a dim light to the scene then. Alright, hold on.
Mira's vocal.
Oh, is it not linking her token? That's
No, it is.
unfortunate.
I see your name.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was just saying the Kong in the background voice.
Oh, I got you, Alright. Okay, yeah, you see what looks like Matthew, but also not Matthew. Sort of just walking steadily down the road.
Eric will whistle over to him.
He slowly turns his gaze to face you.
And you understand me?
It nods as it continues to approach you. You guys tell me when you would like to go into initiative.
We'll hold her shot for Eric.
Eric will just stay quiet and point his handbow, draw a spell at Matthew.
Yeah, I'll draw daggers, but won't do anything else.
All right, I will
And I
assume
guess at
that.
this point, initiative,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll assume that initiative. All right.
There's a lot I want to say to you, but I doubt it will mean much. I just want to let you know that I am sorry. Truthfully, genuinely sorry about everything. The best thing I can do for you is try and put you to rest.
All right. Ayla, you won the initiative.
Okay, I will hold an attack until everyone else attacks.
Okay. Who would you like to pass to?
I will pass to Darius since he's the closest to her.
Okay. Well, Eric's the closest, but yeah, besides Eric, Darius is closest. So.
All right, I guess this is passed to me.
All right.
Darius is just gonna take a single step forward just to get a better look at Matthew. With the question mark. Hey Matthew, what's this about? Usually dead people don't come back.
Hey.
And as you call out to him, his attention seems to be fixed entirely on Eric. And his body is just it's like a zombie, but it seems to be like the wounds that he may have suffered along his journey have sort of healed themselves up sloppily. His skin is dark from his complexion, but also pale from death and a long ago failed circulatory system.
If Darius is able to find like a rock that's nearby, he'll pick it up.
Okay.
He'll just hold his action to throw it at a hostile that attacks one of his allies.
Okay.
I will pass it to Mackenzie. I guess is just gonna kind of stay with Izzy.
Okay.
She will also ready her handgun or when a hostile attacks. I'll pass it to Anna.
Okay, Anna, to you.
All right. First thing we're going to do, we're going to get Dana out here. And I got 20 left. She'll hold a shot for when another ally attacks Matthew. And then she'll
Okay.
pass to Tiernan.
All right. Tiernan, I feel like you'd say, are we killing this kid? Are you sure there's not something that can be done? Is there some way to put him to rest without violence to stop this?
Unless you feel like killing me here and now.
He's gonna move up next to you, and I guess heft the great axe. Tiernan can use
Look.
great axe, yeah.
He can,
Maybe?
but I think
Okay.
he's sword and board.
Yeah.
Oh, he's sword and board. Okay. All right, then I guess he will just move up. Oh, he has the Golthius staff, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
has
nice.
it, but
But he has the silvered battle axe. I feel like he'd probably use that. Just carry the staff. Okay. Then he will move up next to you. He will ready an action to attack anyone that tries to hurt any of his allies. All right. Play will pass then to. I think he's gonna just pass to Matthew. See what Matthew decides to do. Yeah. All right. Matthew is going to walk right past the echo of Dana, his eyes fixed on Eric, only for Eric. As he moves within range, let's see. He stares you down, Eric, and in his eyes you feel his hatred, his confusion, his fear. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
okay.
Okay. As this gaze washes over you, you find yourself paralyzed, feeling everything that he felt and is feeling now, overwhelmed by terror and loss and confusion and homesickness and betrayal.
Yo, it's on you. I've been feeling that since day one. Except for the last part.
All right. You also hear the bloop of one Paragon action from Matthew. Just one. So he's just an elite. He's not a full-on boss monster. All right. So as his turn ends, I guess he'll just pass to Eastmark. Eastmark will stride up next to Eric and ready an action to attack if anything, if Matthew gets close to Eric. He will pass to Irenia, and Irenia will move up next to Darius, and we will. Oh, she doesn't want to block your shot, Ayla. She's actually gonna move. She'll take a dash action, and she'll go over here, and then she will make Matthew an easy target. All right, and I think that's all. No, Muriel still needs to go. Okay. Let's see. And Eric, you haven't gotten to go this turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So then Muriel will move close. Actually, you know what? She's going to stay back here, and she'll use a search action to make sure that there's not more undead or that this isn't a distraction.
Against possibly more powerful enemy.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, it's like she lives in Pro.
Everyone else is
Alright.
just readying for this one target while she's like, there's some other sus stuff around here.
Alright, she will pass to Eric. Eric, you will start your turn paralyzed. You do get a lingering save at the end of the turn.
Was there something we can do about certain status conditions? I think we need a document on that,
I
right?
believe so, yep. So you could burn stuff to avoid them. It's in the world patch doc.
Dude, was it burn a hit
You would
die?
essentially you would burn hit dice first, and then if you run out of hit dice, you would need to spend other stuff.
And I can't talk while paralyzed, right?
Correct.
Okay, he will burn a hit dice to take it off of him? Hold on.
Let me check. Save or suck effects. Paralyzed stays just as deadly. Let's see. Hold on. On your turn, you can use your action, bonus action, or move. That's if you're dying. Death lingers. Hold on. Could have sworn we had a caveat in here to avoid these things. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Modified option. If you begin your turn with a negative status effect listed above, so confusion, paralysis, incapacitate, petrified, banished, you can choose to lose 3 hit dice to remove that effect. If you do not have the hit dice to lose, instead gain a stack of exhaustion for each hit die you are unable to spend.
I will lose 3.
Alternatively, you could try to make a lingering save. If you fail the lingering save to remove the effect, you can gain 1 stack of exhaustion or lose 1 hit die to re-roll the save.
I think...
But you would still lose the turn, essentially. But if you spend all 3, you would just strip it away, since you're beginning your turn. You could just say, nah, I can't deal with this shit.
He would rather lose all 3.
Okay, so you dig fucking deep, and you fight back against this this overwhelming fear and torment, and regain your action economy, but lose 3 of your hit dice in the process. All right, what do you do?
He'll just say after shaking off the paralysis, I won't lie to you, the feeling's mutual. Your fear, your anger at everything. And yes, I understand the betrayal you may have felt, but it was never my intention for you to feel that. Not that way. I am sorry. And he will move this way.
Okay.
Wait, does he have one more space? Oh, no, that's it. He was running after me before. Try and catch me. And he will... So that was by action to do for the hit dice, right?
No, it's just you deciding you're gonna burn those. Yeah, burn those resources, so you can still take your turn.
Okay. He's going to do what he said he would do. He's going to aim his hand crossbow at him and fire a shot.
Okay.
15 to hit.
That will hit.
And 1 radiant for the right, and if he's undead, an extra 2. So
he takes the full damage from everything.
all right. Bonus action. Bonus action attack again.
That is gonna hit.
And someone had a ready action.
Yeah, Ayla and Anna both had health shots, I think.
Hmm.
All right, so Ayla's has 2 from a held action because of her edgeslinger ability. So I'll fire those. They are not. Dana doesn't give
Nope.
sneak.
Nope.
Granted. All right, these are just regular straight up attacks then.
Mhm.
Oh, yep. There's one. And here's the second. Ooh,
Okay.
13?
13 hits. Matthew's not wearing any armor, just the ragged remains of his the clothes he was buried in. Which I think might just be his underwear, because I think people took his blue
I
jeans.
think his
Yeah.
blue jeans are gone.
Yeah.
Look, he doesn't know who took it, alright? We've established that.
I think it's pretty well
Yeah,
assumed.
maybe that's why-
The person of his ire has them.
He wants his 501s.
Look, he was mad at me beforehand, okay? Let's be real. He doesn't know about the blue jeans.
Okay. You only get one dagger with a held action, by the way.
Yes, but the
Uh-huh.
my ability lets me anytime I take the attack action.
Uh-huh.
There are 2 daggers.
Oh, nice.
I
Okay.
can
Because
paste it if you
edge
need it.
slinger. No. I got an
Yeah.
edge slinger in my classic game. Okay. Awesome. All right. So then, that would be. Do you have? You're gonna make an attack, Anna?
Yeah, hit 19 for 11, maybe.
Oh, 19 for 11. Okay, sorry. I saw this this woman flailing her arms to chat, and I didn't see anything else. All right, that also hits.
It's regular everything, so hopefully he will take that damage.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to have any special resistance or anything. Combat will go into the next round. And will it strip everybody's status effects off, or does it tell you all that the effect is expired? Why is it set to unlimited? Son of a bitch. Alright. I'll have to do some tweaking here. So, for now I can just do this. Turn it off on everybody. Cool. Alright. Let's see. He's gonna steal into the next round since he took damage. And as his turn is coming up, he will Paragon to walk towards Eric. Alright, Eric, as his turn comes up, he is going to
There's just a sorrowful look on Eric's face.
yeah. Right. He's gonna just reach out for you, with his hands. So here's the first attack. 14.
That misses by 1.
Okay. Hold on just a sec. Just making sure everything's cool here. Blah, blah, blah. That. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, also, at the beginning of his turn, he regenerates health. You see his wounds begin to heal.
Oh my
Not all the, excuse me, not,
Shit.
I hit too many buttons, guys. Just calm down, calm down. This never happens in IRL games because the miniatures don't have fucking hit points. All right. So just give me a fucking second. All right. So he does heal at the beginning of his turn. He then reaches out to you with the first attack, and then with his second attack. 16
hit?
for 10. Alright, so as he reaches for you, you move out of the way, and then he reaches for you with his other hand, and just kind of, his hand sort of closes around your throat.
We'll
10
use his reaction to reduce that 10 with
All
pain
right.
tolerance by 8.
Alright, so 2 damage, and he has you grappled.
Okay. Because
Alright.
he attacked an ally,
Mhm.
this is going to be that rock from Darius, but at disadvantage because he moved very far. So that's a nat 1.
Ooh, alright.
Hit me, daddy. What do I get?
Only a flesh wound. Well, nobody's down, so it is what it is.
Agatha!
Oh my God, guys, you don't want that. You don't want that. You're getting
I'm
very
kidding.
pet cemetery at this point.
I
I'm kidding. I'm
was,
kidding.
man, I was gonna
Now
say
that he has
read.
you,
Oh,
yeah, now that he has you, he is going to, since he moved next to you with his Paragon, he's going to start dragging you away.
that is Mackenzie's held action.
Oh, okay. 14 is going to hit. He takes the 7. All right, so completely ignoring the rest of the party, he starts to drag Eric away by the throat. And that is his turn. Eric, you could steal if you would like.
I would like to steal.
All right.
I'm gonna try and break the
Oh,
grapple.
shit. I'm sorry. I forgot one thing. When he hit you, because you are the target of his vengeance, it dealt 17 radiant damage.
Ooh. Okay.
Sorry, guys. It's my first Revenant. So there's a lot of shit going on here. Yeah.
Oh no.
So 17 plus the 2 would be 19, but 19 would not be enough to cause an injury? Or what's your HP total?
My
48.
HP total is 37.
37.
Because I've been keeping track of the
So half of
censoring wound.
37 would be 16. So then this would have actually caused an injury as well. Since it would have been a hit that dealt more than... oh shit. Alright.
That's fine for me, really.
Alright. So he grabs you, and then as you try to pull away, you basically like pull out your back trying to get away from him as he's dragging you away. So now it is your turn. Sorry about all that. I wish I had just dropped it all on you at once, but there's a lot of things the Revenant could do. So I was just kind of checking all of them.
Is that a convenient effect?
Yeah, I'll add it for you. Okay. So what do you do?
Try and break free.
Okay.
Or better, he'll look back to the party, look towards himself. Oh. He's... So this is how you want it, huh? You think taking my life is gonna ease you? It won't.
And as you say that, he looks at you with his dead eyes, and he opens his mouth for the first time, and you just see like an oily like ichor just kind of like spills out of his mouth, and he says, "It will."
Funny, you say that. We've seen more than you have. You're not leaving here, whether I'm dead or alive. And he's going to try and unbreak the grapple with acrobatics.
Sure.
He'll use a fat inspiration, which is a D6, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. 14,
Alright.
is that within 60 out of cost range?
14 was actually the DC.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And then, see, that was an action, bonus action. Where's it? He's going to use a blood curse and use blood curse to binding to keep him locked in place. So I take an extra 2.
And he's got to make a strength save.
Yeah. Wait, I'm amplifying it, so yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh.
I think it's a 24.
Yep. He's going to immediately back away.
Okay. That would provoke.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He will try and grab at you. 17 for 14 plus.
I'm gonna reduce. Well, is there even a point? No, he'll still try and reduce it just to make it manageable.
All right, so a total of 24 damage.
Come on, come on. What's that feature? What's the feature? There we go. I'll just take 14 then.
All right, and avoid an injury.
Oh god.
And avoid dropping to 0. But he does re-grapple you, since you are the target of his vengeance.
All right. At that point, Eric will.
And as you go to walk away, he says, "You're not going anywhere, Uncle. You're coming with me back into the darkness."
Well, Charmer had to catch up with me at some point. His right nephew. He's gonna yell out to Anna. Anna.
When you say that, he smiles at you, and the top of his teeth are stained with like grave dirt, but the bottom row of teeth just glisten with that black ichor that continues to like pour from his mouth.
He's gonna yell out to Anna.
All right,
Make
so
it hurt.
You
Make
pass
it
to
ma-
Anna.
He'll say, "Make it painless," as he will gesture to Anna to his back.
Oh shit! You're asking Anna to euthanize you? Holy shit!
He's smart enough to know that whatever Matthew wants to do with him isn't going to be pretty. So he'd rather go on his own
Honestly,
terms.
this is the. I've been running 3 Curse of Strahd games for about 25 weeks. This one is one of the most baller decisions I've ever fucking seen.
No pressure, thanks, Carsifona.
Won't give him the chance. He'll pass to Anna.
Anna,
I'll give
you advantage to this because you know
I'm willing.
it's a cool ass scene. It's a cool ass scene.
Man.
And I will not have him use his Paragon to finish choking Eric out.
Man.
Well, actually, you know what? I will use his Paragon to have him choking Eric out because if successful, that'll put Eric at 2 failed death saves, and then you can finish him off. So, all right, here we go.
Yep, that puts me out.
Okay, and then the second one would just give you 2 failed death saves, and then an injury from dropping to 0. Gaping wound. Oh baby.
Oh, that's right. I was like, wait, what second one? But they can do multi-tack as a Paragon action, can't they?
Oh, you're right. Some monsters can. I would say this one can't. My bad. So then you would just have the gaping wound and you would be downed. But for purposes of this, if this is what you want, and Anna does land this attack, then yes, like she would kill you before he is able to kill you and do whatever it is that is he's planning to do.
He only lists to Anna for this because he does not want to put that burden on any one of the people who came into this world with him.
I mean, I'd do it.
You're not the same person.
But you're
Shut
further,
your face.
you're further away, damn it.
I'm way out of range, yeah.
Yeah, so he gave her a longbow for a reason.
Man.
Not for this one, but hey, it works out.
He...
He's pleading with her.
Anna looks at Eric in the eyes. Very sorrowful look.
He'll give a short, small smile.
She puts an arrow in him. Into Eric.
Okay. Then I guess Eric, does that hit?
Oh, that definitely hits.
Okay. I guess Anna, how do you finish him off?
The arrow would land in probably a vital spot. She's probably pretty good at hitting the weak points in people's armor and aims for a spot between his shoulder and his head, right in the neck, and tries to finish it quickly.
Dang, like severs the spine, the spinal nerve kind of thing?
Sure.
Okay.
Just like how Matthew has black inker running down his bottom row of his teeth, I imagine blood's pouring out. Eric will just look over to Matthew and tell him, "We'll both be seeing the darkness together. That's what family does, after all. Together."
right. Hold on just a sec. All right, can you hop into secret chat real quick?
Okay. Oh man.
What the fuck? Oh, okay.
Well played. Well played, Carsafona, if you're listening to this again.
He'll probably listen to the VOD. Wow. Okay.
Shit's getting real.
Whew. It's a good thing he passed to you, because Darius was gonna bolt over there and try and separate them.
I was like torn about it on whether she'd do it or not, but if like when he said he's laying there like looking at her pleading, I was like, shit, she'd do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my new character doesn't know you from Adam. Doesn't care.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
sure.
I imagine you're just like, oh, these people are very weird.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
so-
about that too. I was be like, I'll just pass to Gibby and let him do it.
Yeah, the problem is Edslinger's great, but dagger range sucks. 20 feet, 60 at disadvantage. So I can't even throw it at disadvantage right now. I did measure that.
I guess it's changing of the guard at Valakai.
Yes. Hey, welcome back, Tiernan. Half the party's gone.
Who's this new chick? Who's this new dude? Ugh. I imagine we would be running into Matthew sooner or later, but I wasn't expecting this soon.
I didn't think he'd go out like this.
But I think it was written on the wall when he explicitly said that he took a picture without him in it. I was like, that's a red flag, my dude. What you doing?
Man, I tell you, if watchers like, oh, I'll just skip these last two streams, no big deal. I'm sure nothing much happened.
Well, look at Ayla. She shows up. We have this happen.
I know. I'm like, I'm gonna have a long talk with Grandma. Like,
You
what the
sure these
hell?
are the fated people?
Yeah. Did I piss you off?
You want to run that by me again, Grandma? I think you put the wrong name on these tarot cards.
Yeah. Yeah. I suggest you look again. Really, right now, Ayla's thinking, well, shit, if we don't kill him, I'm down 2 daggers.
He's not getting away.
Man, not having a priest in Barovia to consecrate these bodies really sucks.
Yep.
All these people just popping up out of them graves, not staying down. Mm-mm.
Here I am. I rolled in today. I was like, it's going to be a nice, chill session.
It's going to be a reset session. We're
Nope.
going to figure out what we're going to be doing for the next couple
Exactly.
of sessions.
Exactly. Okay,
Everything's gonna
Gibby's
be
new
great.
character.
Yeah, you're like, this would be the most drama that will happen. Yeah. Crash is like, hold my beer.
Yeah, no, that community gift that Red posted is spot on. Oh, that's probably gonna be Tiernan when he comes back.
Exactly.
What did I miss? Ooh, there is too much. Let me explain.
Eric's not here to give recaps anymore.
Too late to go back to the winery and bury Eric.
All right, Anna. Shot was clean. Eric's body seizes up. He mutters some words to Matthew. Puts them in Matthew's arms.
You're kind of breaking up.
Oh fuck! This happens every time I go
Oh,
from
there
one
we go.
shot to the other. All right, all
Good
right.
now.
I gotta
Usually-
swim to
yeah.
the swim to the surface. I always forget. You gotta swim to the surface.
Yeah.
All right. So your shot is clean. Eric's body seizes up, shakes, and he mutters a few words to Matthew before he expires. Matthew stares at Eric. Drops him. And then he himself falls over dead as well.
She'll run over and try to do something even though she knows she could do nothing.
Darius is just yelling a bunch of expletives. Turns to Tiernan, turns to Mackenzie, turns to Irenia. See if they're able to do anything for them.
Yeah, I mean, Irina's over there. You know, healers get out. She's looking at Anna horrified. She's just like, why did you do that? Why would you do that?
Anna starts crying and then stops suddenly. And just kind of steps away from Irenia. Completely ignores her like she does most of the time. Anna says, "Shut up." Very loudly.
Irina shouts at you, I wasn't talking to you anymore!
Does she know where that's coming from?
In her head.
Lovely. Okay. She drops the bow and starts walking towards Izzy and Mackenzie.
Ayla will look at Darius. I suppose we should put at least one of them on the cart, yes? Maybe both? Seems to give
Darius
him-
is kind of just like nudging Eric's body. Like, hey, don't do this. Fuck. Unfortunately, he's kind of just ignoring you at the moment.
Yeah. She like looks for a really long time and like does like the wave her hand in front of your face and then just gives up. I do not get these people.
But maybe if we take the arrow out of his throat,
And she just starts rolling medicine checks on this corpse.
Ayla will try to pull Irina away, going, "You'll have seen death, dear. You'll know that's what this is."
there has to be a way. A way to tell death to go fuck itself.
There's always a way, but you may not like what comes back.
Do you know someone who can do this?
I have heard the same things you have heard.
This world is unfair to us. We need to play unfair as well. We need to find a way to laugh at death. To stop this from happening.
Like, it was that simple.
Maybe it could be.
I think he'll just close Eric's eyes and then look over at the body of Matthew, which isn't moving anymore. Slow the monster
Even
card.
in death, Matthew looks frightened.
Like he was on the bed at the end.
Yep.
He'll close his eyes as well. Let's get him on the card.
Ayla looks around if anyone else is strong and not effed up, but all the strong boys are effed up, aren't they?
Now
Eastmark's just got a broken hand. It's just a broken hand.
Darius will lift up Eric.
I'm starting to like you, Eric Joaquin. You're not an easy man to like. All right. So you load them onto the cart and continue your journey. And that, I think, puts us right about at time.
On another up note,
Yeah.
Barovia. Nothing but happy times. Oof.
I'm sorry if I traumatized Anna.
All right. Well, you have a week to figure it out, Eric. Or you know, Carsafon. Okay.
So Eric didn't have a fate point, right? So you're dead.
He did not.
I gave the one I could have gotten to Anna.
Oh.
I got Dirkson's Manor. Yeah.
All right.
Left.
Okay.
Well, announcements. Tonight, got Mythic Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. They're going to the Island of Time. Without too many spoilers, I think it's going to be pretty nuts. So I'll be doing some prepping for that later, and then we'll be running that at 8. No game tomorrow night. Odyssey Prime is taking a week off. From this point on, any Odyssey of the Dragon Lords Odyssey Prime game could be the finale. So we don't know how many sessions are left, or even how, you know, or when it's going to happen. But they are that close to the end of the game that any session moving forward could be the end of this 160 something session long campaign, 1 to 20, 2.5 plus years. So pretty nuts. Tuesday, Pathfinder Abomination Vaults, and also Cyberpunk Red. Wednesday, we'll be playing some Dragon's Dogma, where Gibby and Dom's pawns continue to carry Princess Meatball through the game.
one refused heal after another meteor swarm. But I have high hopes that I've maybe finally learned how the game works, and it might go a little bit smoother this Wednesday, but we'll see. Thursday, Curse of Strahd Nightfall continues. They are having a time as well. And your paths have diverged, so they have gone in a different direction than you guys have after the winery. I did think it was neat that you guys were both at the winery at the exact same time. And then, Saturday, Red Hand of Doom will continue. Saturday night, we're gonna crack open the Stalasta high-level expansion pack and resume that duty, that great burden. And then Sunday morning we'll be back here. One last announcement from me is I successfully survived my 2 months of burnout. Boy, that was rough. And I have found renewed zest and zeal and vigor and love for the hobby, etc., etc. It feels pretty good, honestly. And I am going to run 2 instances of Outlaws of Alkenstar, one on Monday nights, one on Saturday mornings, replacing Prime and Red Hand. Those will start in August. Each group will be 4 players. That is the hard cap. I will not be running. I will not be doing any adjustments of gameplay to the published adventure. So this will be a nice challenge for me to run an adventure as written. It's a new system, for me at least, Pathfinder 2, and I'm very excited about it. Steampunk Cowboys. I've never run a Cowboys themed game. I have run Steampunk before, but I've never run a Steampunk Cowboys game. Anyways, if you are interested in that, there are links on the Discord to the info page and the sign-up sheets and all of that. I will be closing those and making a decision like the first week of June, and then those spots will be locked in. I've already had like 16 applicants. There will be a wait list of sorts, because sometimes people sign up for things and then, life happens kind of thing. But yeah, I'm excited about it. If Curse of Strahd Isekai is too heavy and too much and too soul crushing, this is going to be, I think, a little bit of the opposite. So it's kind of a crime drama, Western sort of situation where, yeah, there's going to be gritty stuff and there's going to be, like mature contents and violence and all that, but it's going to be a lot more story beat centric of a campaign. So I'm excited for the change of pace and the challenge of running a new genre and a new system. So, all right, does anybody have any other announcements before we adjourn?
I guess kind of in the vein of Curse of Strahd and how it's kind of themed. It is a heavy campaign, but I guess mentally, just for the people watching too, we're here for each other, so we'll just try and make it one day at a time as we can.
Is this like a parallel to real life, or is this about the game itself? Because
just the game itself.
Okay, fair, yeah.
Because yeah, like we kind of play games to kind of escape real life sometimes, and then sometimes games are a bit rough. But even still, there's camaraderie amongst everyone, and even when there's heavy stuff that's happening, we're still here for each other. So even for those who are watching, we're here for them too. That's all.
All right. Well said. Matt Mercer will be very proud of you. So.
Don't forget to love each other. Wait, that's trademark. fuck. Sorry, I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, man.
The Pinkertons are coming. It's over.
Oh God, there's red dots on my window.
Yeah.
As soon as you summon the Pinkertons, all camaraderie was off the table. So that's it. No,
Yeah.
and that is a good point. When I advertised this game, it was advertised as being the worst campaign you'd ever been in, you would ever play in, just a miserable, horrible experience. And I know that like you could see that you see like an ad for a horror movie, and it's like this movie will traumatize you for life. It's gonna make you feel horrible, and you're like, sign me the fuck up. But I try to explain to people that don't play D&D the difference between going to a 2-hour horror movie, right, or a 3-hour horror movie, and spending 3 hours every week being like just dragged through that experience, and you're not watching, right? You don't get to sit in your chair or on the couch and like shout at the screen, don't go
Yeah.
in there, don't go in, are you stupid, no, run. You are in it. You are having to split second make the decisions that you would be backseat driving, shouting from the couch or behind your tub of popcorn. And I feel that immersion would take that fear, that stress, and just take it to a whole nother level. And then a lot of people that associate 5th edition D&D with being like one of the easiest tabletop settings, we have so many rules in place like that just make it brutal. Like it's brutal. And so like you have the best intentions, you have an incredible build, you think that you've got it, and then a lucky crit goes off and a terrible injury, and then everything just is immediately backsliding downhill. And your decisions could save everyone, or your bad decision or your bad roll could get everyone else's character killed. Um, it's heavy. It's very heavy. So yes. If at any point it is like really too much and too heavy for you guys, please talk to each other. You can message me, and we'll talk it out. If there's things happening in the game that are just too traumatizing and too much, please let me know. And if there are things that I can kind of dial back on or adjust, I will, without compromising the campaign essentially. But yeah, like that is a good point. This is a different kind of game than your average 5e campaign. So yeah. All right.
Thanks for running.
Yeah. Everyone enjoy your Sunday, and we'll continue this next week.
I'm gonna go outside and see some sunshine.
Touch
the grass.
like the halflings say.
Yep.
Yep. Touch the grass. All right. Later.
Later, man.
Yep. And thanks everyone for watching. We'll catch you next time.